Hello, everybody. Well, mostly Ryle, but hello for those who are here.
Chad, I need help. I'm sneaking through the dream
God damn,
world.
we're not doing this again. We're not talking about how Dasher's dummy thick trying to avoid the circus cultists.
I mean, he made him dummy thick by design so that he couldn't sneak around because of that cheeks.
When did I make him dummy thick?
That's the reason he has the extra bulk.
I mean, yeah, but like, I feel like if it was up to him having any thickness, that was you commissioning the artist to make him thick.
Well, he currently has a 19 in Constitution.
I mean, that is a fair point. I mean, okay, just because you have a 19 in con doesn't mean necessarily you're dummy thick in that regard. You're pretty thick in the hit points compartment, but nonetheless. Oh, actually, I got a first-time chat from Company of the Unicorn. Do not breed with spiders.
Why would I breed with spiders?
Well, maybe because I end up naming the title of the stream "Strands of Silver, Bed of Emeralds." So Strands of Silver there. Luckily this isn't going to be involving spider silk. At least I don't think so.
Did last night and this morning advertise in quite a few of the Discords I'm a part of.
Oh,
this was happening.
Well, for any new viewers here, greetings and salutations. This is going to be a bit of a one-shot, a one-off one-shot with a bit of a private one-on-one session with Dasher. Ryle, Dasher's who's playing Dasher in the games.
Hi.
Normally I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All currently playing concurrently within my own homebrew setting of Nordareth. And meanwhile, on the weekends, typically we have our variety gaming streams where I just play whatever the hell I want. But today's a little bit different. Today we're going to be covering some a little bit of off-screen-ish. Well, not off-screen, but like, you know, offside, you know, character stuff involving Dasher and some personal stuff going along with him. Which hopefully, fingers crossed, will be quite interesting. I'm in danger.
Oh no! I've been in danger.
I mean, true. Well, yeah. I mean, you've been in more danger. You aren't as in danger as you were previously in other cases where you were more in danger.
I mean, absolutely worst case scenario, Dasher is just in coma for the rest of the campaign.
Dasher, the accident wasn't your fault. You need to let go. Sorry.
It's been 5 years, Dasher!
Yeah! The fucking this guy. Okay. Alright. Oh, actually.
For those of you that don't know, I've already created a backup character, not level-wise and character sheet-wise, but personality-wise.
I kind of want to save any details about him for when he actually shows up.
Okay.
I kind of want it to be a reveal.
Okay, I'm shutting up then.
Like I'm fine with a little bit of sneak peek, a little bit of teaser, but yeah, I kind of wanted to wait until he comes up in the game. If and when that should ever arise, which hopefully shouldn't be for a while yet, unless Dasher just fucking dies. But I don't anticipate that happening anytime soon. But.
Dasher fucking dies inside the tent.
Well, shit.
This random guy just walks out of the darkness in between the two.
Buenos dias, fuck boys! Anyway, speaking of D&D, before going any further, dice! And actually, because this is a special, personal, one-off, you know, little short campaign thing here.
I wish I saved your address so I could have a few weeks ago sent you that high variance dice that I said wanted to send you.
Hyvarian dice. I actually don't remember.
It has like 3 20s, 3 1s, and then like 2 of every other dice that's on it.
Ah, that's interesting.
So that the average of the dice is the same.
Oh,
but
that
more
kind of dice where
chances
it's
to
like
fail and
very
succeed.
high risk, high rewards.
Yes.
Right, those I do not have any dice like that. Though those are interesting. However, I will actually give you the luxury, the untapped luxury that none of my no other players in the history of my game has ever been capable or accomplishing of doing so far. You get to pick 2 colors.
Oh, joy. Like, I can't remember which ones were bad and which ones were good.
All's fair in love and war. No colors are
You know what?
preferably are.
Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow? Good choice. Good choice. Gotta make sure I don't grab the blue and violet dice out of these. As hilarious as that may be.
We've had this discussion.
I know.
Never choose the violet dice.
Hey.
That color knows what it did.
Hey, I'm trying to save the graces of. Well, like I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. In the DM terms, I'm not saving the color, but like, I want to scrub the bad taste in people's mouths from that specifically. All right, that is. Is that all of them? Oh my god, brain. Actually, you know what? Help. Turn on the light in here so I know what the hell I'm looking at. So
I am the only one here.
Indeed.
Does that mean I get 2 inspiration?
Unfortunately, no. As fun as that may be.
Damn.
You know, actually, I didn't even think about inspiration. That's a good point. I mean, depending on how things go.
I mean,
you know what?
Depending on how things go, you have said that I might be getting a fate point soon. What if this is it? What if
I didn't say you would get a fate point, though you may or may not get additional boons or benefits.
No, I'm talking about if I do something legendary, which you have said that Dasher is going to be the first person who might be capable of doing something legendary.
Maybe, though that's a very hard maybe. If I had to theorize, it would be Dasher. However, I cannot confirm anything. I mean, hell, look at Gal, Jesus Christ. But either way,
I mean, Gal's cheating. Mono's using his fate point to try to get a legendary sword.
Well, no, he didn't get a legendary sword. He got a legendary sword technique,
which may or may not require a legendary sword.
Touche. Fair point. I mean, again, we'll have to see. Can't confirm or deny anything just yet. But nonetheless.
You know what?
Oh.
I did not mean to move into a different channel. I meant to type in private lounge and add everyone to watch the stream.
Ah, that's fair. Also, hi, Oz. Sorry, just saw you pop in the chat. Welcome. Alright. It is 5:05. Let me double check I have everything squared away. Wait, did I? Okay, the music is looping, thank God. Though I did forget to repeat the ambiance, which I will do that.
There, I have added Striking Cold Iron so that they can watch my torment.
Oh boy! So, until then, we probably won't be doing a proper recap, considering everything's going on. This isn't technically a main campaign episode, per se.
Last time, Dasher had insecurities and decided to leave the party.
That is a true statement. How about we...
That's all of the previously on You're Getting chat.
Fair. I believe I have everything squared away to get ready, so I suppose we may or may not be able to get started. So, I suppose I only have one question for you, then, before we get started. Are you ready to play some Dungeons & Dragons?
And him.
What? Hello?
Houses and himpos.
Even on the one-shots, I can't fucking win.
I did that reluctantly because I'm the only one here.
I appreciate the...
I have to stick to the shtick.
I was about to say, I repeat. I respect the grind. I respect the dedication, but also fuck you. All right. So,
I mean, that's a different platform.
we're not. No, fuck off. We're
Again,
So
a different
last-
platform.
Celeste. We left. Oh my god, sorry. I almost said Daisier. When we last left Blazier, as I believe his true name is,
Yes, Blizier.
the concerns and fears and paranoias and doubts creeping within his mind began to reach almost to a climax. However, before such a moment could occur, there was a well-timed, albeit slower than ideal, a intervention. More specifically, from a very old, very experienced, and prominent member of the Worm Watchers, the defenders and guardians of the eyes of the First 20. We have Worm Shaman Tethtian Kolian, which I will show here. The resident expert in the esoteric and the spiritual and the occult within the Worm Watchers against the various powerful supernatural beings that may wish to express their ill intent or spread any sort of corruption throughout their ranks and through the minds of dragonkind.
Even in this game, I cannot get away from Omendran.
Bruh.
Rimshot.
Hilarious. And it was Tethtian that began to tutor this new initiate, for lack of a better term, this new member of the Worm Watchers, even if unofficially, with his role within the group. In the forms of magic, the powerful and risky forms of magic, that may allow for the transformation that Dasher wishes, and hopefully, in such a process, remove, if not weaken and reverse, some of the corruption and influence that the Troop of Many Faces, and as such the influence of the spawn of Hastur, has swept over him.
Why did you say his name? Also, this is new information that was not put forth.
What is?
We did not know that it. We did not know that it was a spawn of the King in Yellow.
I mean, that could refer to the troop in itself, even.
Ah,
But your theories are your own. Until then. The rites and the arcanum, the miraculous, potent forms of magic, the secrets of which have been somewhat or partially taught to Dasher, of which, unfortunately, last time, I grabbed the wrong one.
yes.
The exact opposite of the rite in question that was meant to be. Because there are actually technically two that are mirrors of one another. In the case of Dasher, rather than performing Passion's Ecdysis, the arcanum in which he had learned was known as Flagellant's Foster.
Technical nuke incoming. Insert fart joke here.
I will show the picture on screen for the groups here. Hold on. There we go. And I will also read the proper description as follows. A wound can be made a door, and a door may be made with my spirit. Blood and soul shall be one, and so my body shall flay, so my soul will flourish. Requirements. Every choice closes a door so that another may be opened. Strength, dexterity, or constitution must be sacrificed as part of this arcanum. No matter the rites, the blood of stars and the world's soul must be given willingly. Other sources may also suffice. A spell slot of 3rd level or higher must be expended during this arcanum. Other abilities or ingredients of equal value may also suffice, though it is unknown how they will react to this arcanum. And third, only in the sands at the edge of the mind may silver threads be found. Climb the branches and wrap yourself in them, so your metamorphosis begins. This must be done at a specific location within Enrique Mentis.
Holy shit, I'm now just realizing, wait, I was that close? I was that close already?
Perhaps. As for the rewards, as below, so above. Passion and reason contend in the mortal soul, as the forest engulfs the light of the scholar's eye. For now, passion flourishes, and the soul flows like lay. Your wisdom or charisma increases by the amount of the stat sacrificed. In addition, you have advantage on skill checks towards learning a new proficiency of your choice, whether it be a skill, language, or tool. This effect persists until the proficiency is gained.
That's a mistranslation!
And as part of this transformation, for you in particular, additional effects may occur. That is what Tethtion had managed to teach you up until this point. However, there were also other attempts at learning another rite, which may aid in this attempt at performing such an arcanum. The initial training during the evening, before night falls, as the rest of your companions are beginning to rest within the Adventurers Center, you and your mentor here for the past however many hours are yet awake, and should you wish to do so, may choose to spend further time to practice and attempt to learn this new rite before the dawn comes and sleep is difficult. basically the question, to put it in mechanical terms, you can decide to either go with the choosing the rites that your group already knows now, which would be the rite of nature's communion, and trying to perform that in order to perform Flagellant's Foster, or you could attempt to spend a bit more time during the night to learn the new rite that Tethtion is offering, the Rite of Unmaking, as an alternative method, and allowing for more options as to perform this arcanum. The choice is yours.
But was hoping to do that after. Okay.
The choice is yours. Again, it's ultimately up to you.
My decision is going to be the tiniest bit meta, so as not to take away from the rest of the party. I'm going to focus on learning that other technique.
The Rite of Nature's Communion?
No.
What, sorry?
Sorry, I thought it was the Rite of Unmaking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the party, like your group is already in knowledge of the Rite of Nature's Communion. That information has been learned.
Right.
It is the Rite of Unmaking that you still have yet to properly...
Right, which that is what, in order to not take away from the others, I would rather start to learn on that.
Okay. So you wish to spend another portion of the night to attempt to further study?
Well, my original plan, this may have been a misunderstanding. My original plan was to do the ritual for Regium Mortis and then attempt to relearn the ritual for Unmaking.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We can attempt to do that as well. So in that case, we will be following through with performing the other rites that you currently know. The Rite of Nature's Communion, which I'll once again read off aloud, just for the chat and also for the sake of reminding.
Am I about to kill the yeoman?
Not necessarily. Let me pull that up. Yeah, I'll pull just the image. So, with the Rite of Nature's Communion, this reads as follows. While magic flows through blood and soul, the soul then flows through the blood of the world and stars. Ley lines carry spirits along their currents to the realm of final rest until their birth begins anew. Some spirits may dream while they rest, and one may be sent to dream with purpose until their rebirth comes. Step 1. All things must live, but all things must die. This one must die with purpose. A sacrifice is required as part of this ritual. Step 2. An altar must be prepared for this offering to the powers beyond. Prepare the altar so it would satisfy them, and speak their name into the messenger's ear. Lore is required as part of this ritual. Step 3. The messenger's soul will ascend into the veil, but the body shall remain. Anoint it and feast upon it, but leave the best for the wilds to keep. A magical ingredient is required as part of this ritual. And step 4. What message shall the spirit be given as they pass through the cycle once more? Where will it go? What will it do? An arcanum is required as part of this rite. So, you are aware of the requirements as for this ritual, as well as also the requirements for the arcanum. Now, Tethtion is more than capable of supplying the spell slot requirements for Flagellant's Foster in itself as part of this whole process. However, much of the rite in itself, unfortunately, you must be the chanter, as in the leader of the rite, in order for the effect to work upon you.
So, I think I can provide something for the feast. However, it would require me to boil leather. I'm thinking about the the frog dragon leather that I still have in my inventory. Yeah,
Um,
that I
te-
was hoping to put towards the gauntlets, but
are you trying to put that forward as an ingredient or as the sacrifice? To clarify.
uh, so from my understanding, ingredient.
Yeah. That is something that you could certainly attempt, and hopefully we'll have to see if it works.
The sacrifice. Dasher will take the York Fang that is a part of the golden fleur-de-lis that is over his heart. And he will use that.
Tethdion kind of reaches out a hand to look at it. If you let him.
He would hand it over. This is the remains of the only remains of Dasher's beloved that he has.
He looks at it, kind of pondering for a moment, before grabbing what looks like once again the burning bowl of incense and kind of taking a small amount of the ash, kind of sprinkling over as he's looking over, before just kind of softly shaking his head. This is a item of power in many ways. However, as a sacrifice, a living creature is needed. As he holds as he gives the tooth back.
He will place it back in its space on the fleur-de-lis.
If I am to understand this right, the original text speaks of sacrificing an aberration. I do not believe we need to do such a thing. A soul must be guided, and a message must be given to them in order for the magic to be received. And once the soul has completed its task, shall be reborn and returned to the earth. I'm sure you are familiar with the animal sacrifices back in the Empire.
Yes.
He just softly nods. Thurnesh just kind of perks up like, oh, maybe I could, do we just catch a squirrel? Or should we catch something bigger? Or, as Tethdion, just kind of looks over at Thurnesh with a bit of a blank look before turning back. The larger the beast, the greater the soul.
There are elks around here.
He gently nods. That should do. Just be sure to ensure it draws its last breath upon the altar. Alright. So, I will say in that case, if you would want to roll a survival check to see if you could try to catch an elk or any sort of similarly larger creature, or similarly large creature.
12.
12. You're taking a bit of time looking around the
If it helps, it's dark and I have proficiency with stealth.
That is fair. That's something to take into account. As you are stalking your way through the forests surrounding the Adventure Center and around the Moonwood, not the Moonwood, the Spellwood Grotto, for any sources of game. While you don't come across a stag necessarily, you do actually end up coming across a smaller but still substantial creature. You actually do see what looks to be a wild boar of some kind that seems to be kind of slowly kind of crawling its way out of a burrow underneath at the base of like this large stump of looks like a tree that's been fell down during one of the storms. As it seems to be creeping its way out and kind of sniffing at the ground, looking for food.
Dasher will get out a rope. His hemp rope.
Mm-hmm.
And he will tie it into a lasso.
Mm-hmm.
From his position.
All right. In that case, I mean, you're effectively trying to grapple the creature, for lack of a better term.
However, before I actually approach, 21 on stealth.
Okay. Let me. Alrighty. As you slowly creep your way through, kind of moving from clusters of foliage to foliage, making sure your scales don't shine in the moonlight as you continue further along. And as you move downwind of the boar, coming up from behind,
he probably would have taken his time to roll in a tiny bit of blood in order to also hide his scent.
Okay. All right. Yeah, as you creep up behind the get at this point, I'd probably say getting about 20 feet away from the boar in question. Anything else you attempt to do before basically ambushing?
I have the lasso. Dasher slowly breathes in, breathes out, takes Dasher takes his trying to think for a second.
You're good.
I'm actually looking at what Dasher can do right now.
The boar currently seems to be just kind of softly kind of digging at the ground and like digging with its nuzzle, like its snout, seemingly looking for mushrooms or like roots of some kind.
Dasher will take the lasso and he will throw it.
Okay. In that case,
as he has calmed himself, steadily breathing before he does the throw.
Okay. In that case, because unfortunately, I don't believe you're proficient with lassos, nets, or whips.
No. This would basically be at a disadvantage, I think, however, because I am stealth.
I don't think you would get disadvantage from it. You just wouldn't get a proficiency. So this would just be a because this is from stealth. I would say this would be a straight dexterity check with advantage. Because you caught it unawares.
21.
Hey, that's pretty good. You managed to throw the lasso, and just as the boar is like the head turns up as you quickly move in for the kill. Well, not for the kill, for the capture. Excuse me. You watch as the rope manages to snag around the mouth. And like the mouth and like jaw and neck of the boar as it's just kind of as you're as trying to pull and tear away before you very quickly manages to jump in and basically get jumping down to the back of this creature and using what remains of the rope to try to like basically hog tie and wrap it up to keep it from moving any further as it's like kicking and squealing and trying to buck you off. And with a 21, that is more than enough to restrain this creature.
Cool. How much does it weigh?
It's a pretty decently sized pig.
Because I would have left my backpack minus the rope and the other stuff I had on me with the Worm Watcher encampment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I only am currently carrying.
Actually, let me roll. Is this a boy or
7.
a girl? It's a boy, so it's going to be bigger.
I'm carrying 17 pounds.
Okay. The pig itself will probably about 170 pounds ish.
That is beyond my maximum.
You could still drag it, but yeah, carrying this isn't gonna exactly be fun.
Cool. What are the penalties for dragging again?
I think it's mostly like half your movement speed, but
Okay,
otherwise.
so instead of 10 movement speed, it's half. Okay, I'm going 20 feet per 6 seconds.
That's fair. Yeah, as it takes you over the better half of like half an hour or so trying to like half carry, half hoist this boar back to the camp. It's definitely a very prominent workout, and definitely like not you haven't had this intense of a workout, at least in this way, for quite a while. As you're just like, all right, and manage to bring it back as it's like struggling and kind of squirming the whole way. Luckily, didn't manage to get out of his restraints during all of this, but nonetheless. And Tethtion just kind of looks over the boar, kind of briefly, like opening the eye, peering in, opening up the for what as much as he can to open up the jaw to look inside, and just kind of gently nodding. This will do. So you have acquired your sacrifice. You have the possible magical ingredient to use as part of this ritual or this rite. Are there any other preparations you wish to do or perform before continuing?
So, you said that I might be able to give something in addition to the level 3 spell slot?
I was stating that other ingredients might be able to suffice instead of the 3rd level spell slot.
Unfortunately, I cannot dream. So I cannot be the one to cast dream. However, if it would help, I would use 2 key. I would dump 2 key into this ritual.
Okay. Once that portion of the Arcanum follows through, you may attempt and see what will occur. So, until then, any final questions or any other preparations you wish to do as midnight falls upon you?
If the frog's dragon leather is not sufficient, he also has a healing tonic,
Okay.
as well as a short sword of wounding.
All right.
In fact,
I will specify.
I would actually like to use the short sword of wounding as an ingredient.
I will say for this to specify for this that is a magic item that is not a magical ingredient.
Okay. I was working on the whole entire wounds thing.
I do like where your mind's at. I understand the logic. However, it requires the idea is that you are anointing basically the body. You are anointing the body of the beast of the sacrifice with the ingredient in question.
So I guess I could, with the frog dragon leather, I could make that into some sort of... How big is a unit of frog dragon leather?
The frog dragon leather. I'd probably say it's about like it's a decent square footage. Because a single unit is enough to make a single piece of equipment, whether it be like a helmet, a chest plate.
Okay, so Dasher would probably very quickly make the frog dragon leather into a tarp.
Okay.
Because if it's big enough to make a cloak from...
Mm-hmm. I think I see what you're going to do with it. Okay.
I'm going to cover it as it passes.
Okay. All right, so... Without any further ado...
I would assume that this would be a leather working tools check.
Well, we shall have to see once the rite begins, because we haven't started yet.
Cool.
All right, so... You have your ingredients, you have your sacrifice, you have done a multitude of preparations in advance for this moment. Are you ready to continue?
You would ask, Dasher would ask, the ritual requires... The ritual seems to go about with wounds. Would this suffice as a weapon in which to kill the beast? As he presents the short sword of wounding.
Tethyon looks down at it, and he once again kind of holds out to handle and analyze the blades.
He will hand it over.
Mm-hmm. He looks it up and down. Kind of
if I'm not mistaken, this has yet to be used.
That is correct. Are there any? I don't remember. Are there any special designs or engravings on the blade?
So it is So the blade itself is black as obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it looks more as the design looks more as if it was a cutlass.
Or like a cutlass scimitar kind of thing.
It also has a jagged edge to it and purposefully looks as if over time notches have gone into the blade. However, upon closer inspection, the blade is indeed new. The notches are purposeful to give it a more serrated edge.
Tethyon carefully kind of grasps and analyzing the blades before kind of gently nodding. Most use a ornamental dagger or or blade to pierce the neck as part of the sacrifice. However, this shall do. As he gives the blade back to you.
Dasher will take it.
Okay. So, anything else?
I believe that should be it.
Okay. So, suppose in that case, as preparations have gone underway, the ritual shall begin. So, as the beginning words are, as the beginning of the rite and the first words of the sequence are commenced, Tethdion is joining from the sidelines with Thurnesh and the Aleph, kind of side by side with him, like half kind of looking onwards, a little like confused, with Thurnesh a little more curious. However, they also both seem to be respectfully kind of attending this ceremonial practice, as Tethdion seemingly is just observing and looking vigilant but distant, as he does not seem to be interfering until his part is needed and his, should his aid be required. And so, as the first step of the ritual begins underway, as you know, all things must live and all things must die. What of which are you choosing to die with purpose?
I am choosing the boar.
Okay. And as you, with a little bit of help initially to kind of pull the boar up onto this, this ceremonial place. Oh, that's actually also another question. You know what? Actually, we'll save that. As you draw the blade, the Sword of Wounding, whose sharpened, tempered blade has gone unquenched of blood until this very moment. As you run the serrated edge across the neck of the boar, there's a bit of a... There's a brief kind of guttering and choking, before quickly and relatively painlessly, the boar begins to bleed, and its last breath shall begin soon. However, an altar must be prepared for this offering to the powers beyond. Prepare the altar as so it would satisfy them, and speak their name into the messenger's ear. What does the altar to sacrifice this beast look like, and to whom is it dedicated?
The altar looks like a ring. Specifically, at first glance, that of one which a contest would be held.
Okay.
But upon further inspection, there is markings and emblems throughout the ring. One at each of the 4 cardinal directions. The entity that I am making the sacrifice for. Would, of course, I guess, be Drillsick,
Okay.
as I have worked hard in order to capture this beast. It took me the most intense workout I have ever had to get it to this altar.
Okay.
So why not give it to the first dragon, draconic god of athleticism, and throughout the 20 scales?
Okay. In that case, as you have brought the beast, this boar, into this circle dedicated to Drillsick, the first topaz. And as before the life has left the creature, and you have drawn the blade across the neck of the creature, I would like for you to perform a weapon attack roll with the blade.
Uh, One moment.
Okay.
This is a dedicated weapon, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware. $15. As much as the serrated edge of the blade does dig into the beast, and the cut
Because
is
it
not
was restrained, I would argue that this is at advantage.
I suppose, but we shall but nonetheless, as the blade is drawn across the neck of the creature, as much as there is a serrated edge that digs into the wound and does not make it as clean as other blades may be, the strike is swift and the cut is prominent and powerful, though the pain does not last long, as you have willed it to be. And soon the body lays still. And as you address Saint Drillsick for this offering unto him, I would like for you to roll an Arcana check, dedicating this offering to one of the first of the dragons.
Oh boy.
15. The name is spoken, and the prayer is whispered upon the ear, whispered upon your lips across the air and into the ear of the boar, as the life drains from the eyes, and so they lay still, turned to glass, as if to glass, I should say. And as the body lays limp before you, and the longer you utter this chant and these prayers unto the Topaz Dragon of Valor, the body begins to cool and the heart slowly stops. The messenger's soul will ascend into the veil, but the body still remains. Anoint it and feast upon it, but leave the best for the wilds to keep. What ingredients are you using as part of this rite? And how are you using it?
The mat that I had used force
Mm-hmm.
is made up of the is made out of the is made up of the toad leather.
Mm-hmm.
I would essentially be having it so that the blood would be essentially within the circle,
Mm-hmm.
as to keep the surrounding area clean. From the blood, so that if any of the wilds were to come across this, it would be laid out for them as a presentation.
Mm-hmm. All right. And also, sorry to clarify.
As if,
oh, sorry. You're still speaking. Continue.
as if I am giving the nature before me the remains as a meal on a platter.
Mm-hmm. And also, once again, to clarify, you are using the dragon toad leather.
In a way, I have used the dragon toad leather as not only the altar, but also the ingredient.
Interesting.
As I am effectively giving a presentation of a meal on a plate.
And as you do so, this is where I would let you roll a. Considering that this is a ingredient of hides added as part of this, right? I would like for you to roll a skills check using your specifically a
Leatherworking tools?
yeah, so leatherworking tools. However, I would say you'd be using wisdom for this particular portion. And because it is
It did not roll.
Oh.
Hold up.
There we go.
There we go, 20.
Soft 20. Looking good so far.
Ghetto 20.
Mm-hmm. As you have since prepared and tanned, or at the very least, treated the hide of a beast that has been tainted, or whose blood has been transfused with the energies, albeit corrupted, of Drillsick himself. And being one of the few to slay this beast will likely provide merit. And as you would do, as you drape it,
Dude, I'm literally giving Drillsick back his own flesh. Come on here. Come on.
It's poetic in many ways. And as the skin is draped out, and the platter is laid out before you, you watch.
I realize how fucked up this scenario is.
I have no idea what you were referring to. As the tarp, or the dressing of the hide across the table begins to very gently sort of almost curl and dry and crack in on itself, before you watch as it begins to char and blacken, before even then that almost turns and begins to burst up into flames before you. And as both the body and the hide upon it, or the hide and the beast upon it, burns before you. Not enough to consume, but enough to provide. What would the term be? Enough to show that the offering has received, and the magic within begins to billow out from the magic smoke and ash that fills the region. And as that smoke and that sense of roasting meat and the cooking fire and this almost pleasant, joyous feeling of victory, of triumph in this moment. You feel your mind beginning to haze as the magic, the powerful magic of a rite, begins to take hold. And
Dasher
seeing...
Dasher will attempt to sit down as this rite takes hold.
Seeing as this portion of the rites has since been completed, and Tethtian now begins to walk towards you, muttering, chanting under his breath, and placing a hand on... actually placing a thumb dipped in this inky black substance, or this inky sort of black paint, or cool kind of slime or something of that effect. Dipping his thumb in it and then beginning to trace markings across your forehead of a closed eye. And you can only faintly hear under his breath something akin to, "May the Night Mother hide him, so that he may reach..." Sorry, I'm stammering, he's not. May the Night Mother guide him in the realm beyond dream, so that his soul might lighten, and that the curse upon him of those beyond the stars, your enemies, may be fooled and tempted by them. And as that goes underway, it is then you feel that cool sensation almost begin to creep across the crown of your head, down your neck, and down your spine. And as you feel your body growing cool, but not uncomfortably cold, as you drift, feeling yourself fall back. And the support has been given, and the rite has been accomplished. You begin to dream. However, in this moment of threshold between the realm of the waking and the realm of dream, you are familiar with the presence that may attempt to creep at your mind. However, with the aid of your comrades and the aid of those who know the dream and can guide in protecting you from such things, I would like for you to roll a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Come on.
So, you are fortunate in many ways that the rite had gone as smoothly as it did, as the protection that Tethtian had placed upon you.
Hey, Nature, I'm getting really pissed off at wisdom saves.
That is understandable. But however, as I said, despite the searching and the sensation of watching and finding and searching and looking, almost as if tendrils are grasping out into the inky black of the voids. The blessings of the Night Mother provides, and the protections given by Tethyon take hold. Your singular safety net as part of this ritual given from Tethyon is used. And so, as you only barely feel the sensation of this cold, clammy, almost tingling blackness almost begin to grasp at the edge of your toes and the sole of your feet, ready to grasp at your ankle, you are suddenly overcome with warmth. And before the presence can take hold, you'll feel your back against the sand. And just narrowly, you've escaped what sought to draw you back into the brink, as you have entered Lygiamentus. Guys, give me one moment.
And before my next wisdom save is another failure. Because almost every single wisdom save that this actually, I'm pretty sure every wisdom save this character has made has failed.
Yeah, that is...
Which is incredibly infuriating.
That is understandable. However, as I had stated, so far there have been no complications. Because you rolled very well on all the others.
Yeah.
Which is also lucky in a lot of ways. Either way.
If I fail my next wisdom save, I'm just going to roll actual dice from now on for wisdom saves.
Fair enough.
I don't care if this ruins the. I don't care if this ruins the immersion of the stream. This has been a ongoing issue with Roll20.
If it becomes a recurring thing, we'll talk about it. Okay, so as you feel the warmth of the sand beneath you, and your eyes, after that sudden tingling sensation at your feet, you kind of like your eyes quickly flash open, almost preparing for another struggle for your life or a struggle for your mind within this place. You awake within the sands of thought. The cresting dunes of simultaneous pearly white cresting sand dunes, while also simultaneously being almost washed of the golds and purples and indigos that you swear they might have or also have, as your vision in this realm is odd in many ways. However, you have entered otherwise unharmed. And you know your purpose, and you're aware of roughly what you must do. Where do you go?
Asher is going to... First thing, look at himself. Is he wearing the same outfit as he was previously, or is he wearing what he was wearing when he did the ritual?
You are wearing what you were wearing during the ritual.
and I did not cast Stream in order to activate this ritual. Fuck. I guess Dasher will, first off, while walking in a direction, aiming to go away from the tent.
I will say, for the sake of this, as your eyes open and you look around, you don't see any tent.
Cool. Dasher is just going to wander
Okay.
in a straight line, and as he does so, he is going to try to imagine desert clothes on his body.
Okay. As you begin to walk... sorry, I'm actually looking for something. It's fine. Okay. As you begin to wander this realm in search of what you hope and believe to be what the source or the site of your transformation, I would like for you to roll a perception check. Seven. You feel... You didn't get a good grasp of the realm of which you had been walking previously. However, you very quickly note as you begin walking that the edges of your vision are blurry in many ways. The peripheral of your vision always kind of drifting off into blurred colors and mist before you turn to focus and it turns slightly clearer. Albeit everything in this place seems off, as if it is very clearly not of this world. Even looking upon the horizon line, looking out, you are unsure where the dunes stop and the sky begins. Almost this haze or this mirage type of effect as you continue to walk. And as you do so, I would like for you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
As agreed upon, because the ritual was a success, I get +5 as well as advantage. If this is to avoid the circus.
This is not to avoid the circus, I will say no.
Okay.
15. As you walk, and walk, and walk, you are unaware of the passage of time within this realm, as the glowing eye of the sun above you, bearing down on your body, with only occasionally the shadows of the sand dunes giving you some respite between treks and vast empty spaces.
He would try to stick to Shadows of Sound Dunes.
That is reasonable. However, the sun is still beating down upon your body. And while it is something that you are... It is nostalgic in certain ways, reminding you of home and the sands of which endure within it. The heat is not much respite. However, you still endure.
I will take out my... If it is on me, my water skin. And I will use a charge.
Okay. Yeah, you expend a usage of your water skin as you down it. And it provides some respite. You do feel your body nourished slightly. However, it does not bring the refreshing coolness through your body that you typically imagine it to. However, as you wander with aim, however with no direction in this realm.
He knows what he is looking for is the edge of the desert.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And as
So,
you...
judging by the position of the sun, where is the sun in this case?
Um... Wherever you seem to turn to look, it's always like midway up in the sky.
Cool. Dasher will start leaving behind gold pieces as he goes to try to make it so that he is going in a straight line as possible.
Okay. In that case, as you continue further
When
onwards...
the one shot is over, you can tell me how much gold I have lost. I currently have 89 gold in my inventory because I did not retrieve gold from the vault.
Fair enough. And as you walk, trying to keep an eye back at the coins beside you and behind you, I would like for you to roll a perception check. Once more.
4.
I will say because of the preparations and various things done before, along with your knowledge, I will say this is with advantage with a 14.
Dasher's no stranger to wandering a desert.
Indeed. However, it is not something that you would sorely miss, as the familiar onset of the heat and physical exertion and the warm temperature, or the warm sensation of sand beneath your feet as the trek continues. However, as you have walked for what feels like days, maybe weeks, maybe longer, in this realm,
I think at this point, Dasher would realize time has no meaning here.
Indeed. And as the coins begin to fade in the distance, cresting once again over another dune, over the... you haven't barely even counted at this point. You crest over it to find a field. Not necessarily a field of green, a field of grass, a field of oasis in any way. You see a field of white, a field of these almost silvery ivory white strands and mycelium interconnected network of intercrossing and intersecting filaments all across the length of the dunes, progressively getting taller and taller as you crest further in.
As Dasher approaches, he will use a third key. This time to hopefully send a pulse through his own strand, if he is this close to the field of silver.
Okay.
To attempt to find himself.
In that case, as you do so...
That is the wrong... I was taking away hit dice by accident. No, I should be at 1 key now.
Oops.
Not a murder yet.
Hopefully.
I mean, who knows?
Alright, so, And as you close your eyes and begin to concentrate, trying to feel the flow of energy through your body for a moment and through your soul. I suppose I would have you roll. This would simply be a straight wisdom check with advantage because of the expenditure of the key. 14.
14. That is well above my spell save DC, by the way.
I'm aware. And as you close your eyes and attempt to find yourself within this realm,
That also beats my key DC. Actually, no, it meets my key DC.
as you close your eyes and take a deep breath of the warm desert air, very faint, very slightly cooled noticeably in the presence of this field, before letting the breath out. Your breath clouds upon the air to mist, or something akin to it, as you almost watch as that strand of breath begin to tighten and coalesce and swirl into a thin strand that almost begins to gently pull along a non-existent wind.
Dasher will follow. Dasher will take hold of the strand. And he will follow.
And as you feel this strand almost begin to tug and pull gently but firmly, as it seems to avoid the trunks and lattices of various other interwoven braids of silver threads, deeply rooted within the sands of this realm, at the edges of this realm. You eventually reach a slightly more open region of the strands and find a thicker, heavier, wider trunk of silvered threads. However, the colors upon it are darker in certain places. A noticeably darker shades of some of the filaments that seem to be either bruised or twisted and ingrained amongst them. And almost as if there are other portions that seem faded or muted, or they were once one color but have become another, or have been bleached of what color that they have. You see many other stalks with smaller patches similar to this, or that other strands or stalks nearby it almost seem to be either kind of waning or weakening, as if the base is becoming thinner and thinner and almost ready to collapse. This one is still healthy. However, there are certain branches coming up from it that are darker.
Now, I must ask the question. That already answers the question I was about to ask. There are many trees in this forest, but is this one mine?
Yes, indeed. You believe you have found yourself within these strands of consciousness.
Dasher is going to put a hand on his trunk.
Okay.
He is going to... Because we've covered this previously, that I can basically use... That I can use key abilities without the key in this world. Dasher is going to give a quickened healing, not to his body, but to the tree.
Okay. And as that occurs,
And he's
you've-
going to do this over and over and over again as much as he can while he is in this place.
Okay. And as you do so, attempting to use what energies and powers you have to heal, to purge of any sickness or malady or curse upon this braided threads that is your self.
Why did that? That frustrates me.
Oh, yeah, that's mildly annoying. I can read it.
Yeah, but this was for the chat.
Hang on.
Hold on.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mildly annoying, and I hope that's a consequence.
That's a
of dark mode.
problem. Yeah.
I hope Roll20 fixes that soon, but it's
also a problem with this specific character sheet we use.
Oh right, that's partially why. That's right. But either way,
Yeah.
it's mildly
They
annoying.
haven't updated it for dark. It's literally it's not Roll20's fault. It's the character sheet. They do not have a dark mode for the character sheet.
Oh right, that's right. Which I'm hoping the Giphy Glyph might eventually do something, though I wouldn't be surprised. Either way. Sorry. As you attempt to connect with this this embodiment, this aspect of yourself, and feel your hands almost begin to entwine and connect with it, you feel the magic that has been blessed upon you by the worm shaman flowing through your body, almost like up from the roots of your core, up your spine, and out through your arm and into your palm, along with the key that you have chosen to expend during this portion. And as all of this occurs, I would like for you to simply roll for me a straight d20.
I'm not having very good luck for today, or ever with this campaign.
Okay.
You know what? Just so that I actually fulfill the quicken healing at least once. 6 plus proficiency.
All right.
Which is, I believe, 2. So 8.
And so, as you feel this melding, this like as you place your hands against the base of this trunk, the trunk of these braided silver threads, you almost feel a faint pressure at the very base of your neck. And as that sort of continues, and you feel this sensation almost this sort of tugging against your wrist, as if it is trying to pull you upwards, as you watch as the branches, which before reaching up to the heavens, some of which begin to curl and twine down and moving towards your body.
If I were to look at the tree, is there anything that looks like it is tugging on it other than myself?
Roll an insight check, and then roll deception. You are not aware of any presence, any additional presence within this place. And as you feel this slight tugging sensation sort of reaching up your arm, the various threads of silver begin to reach and pull down. And
Dasher will embrace the tree.
okay, and you do so. And as that occurs, you watch as more of these threads begin to creep out from the trunk, coiling around your arms. The branches coming down to wrap yourself almost in this cocoon. And as you feel the weight of your body lifted up from you, lifted in a weightless realm, you reach higher and higher into the branches of the tree. And as you do so, before finally resting for a moment, and the coiling threads of the cocoon begin to tighten, you feel a growing numbness to your skin, for lack of a better term. Not a painful, like sharp pins and needles kind of numbness. More so simply almost like a... You're familiar when your scales had shed before, though this feels so familiar, albeit slightly different. As the magic and the ki and the energy flowing through your body begins to flow and pulse, and the veins within almost begin to reach out and be absorbed into the stalk. Is there anything you are trying to do or attempt to do in these last moments before whatever happens?
He will use the last of his ki to,
Okay.
when he emerges from this cocoon,
So,
to form the old flesh that he is shedding into I guess a whip, if possible.
a whip?
Yes.
Hmm.
As he pulls, as he would pull the shedding body off of his face.
Roll for me. What would this be? I suppose, yeah, unfortunately, this would have to be one final wisdom check. Ten.
And
You feel the skin entwine. However, not...
it doesn't even have to be a whip. What he intends to do is make use of his old flesh in some way.
As you feel the skin peel, and what was once an older version of yourself, a manipulated, twisted, and in certain ways broken form of yourself, at least some of that begins to shed. And while it is not as woven tightly as much as you wish, it does begin to weave and coil. And though your mind is still in blindness, as all you can see is the threads of silver and gray in your mind's eye. You almost sense some of those blackened regions slowly lessening, and what colors were muted before begin to flourish as memories forgotten, memories stolen, slowly begin to unwind. And so, as you have achieved enough successes during this entire process, between both the rite and the Arcanum itself, your fate has been given, and your revelation has been found. You have achieved your fate and have found the boon. Remnants of Athel's Apprentice. Hang on, let me pull this up for the chat and read it. Inquisitive and vigilant is the soul of the Emerald, sometimes even raised to miraculous heights. While memories of the land may yet be seen, the fields, the blood you and your comrades spilled is far from here. However, in this life, they shall not be forgotten, nor any of thy kin. You will ensure it. You can sense the presence of any corpse, magic item, or landmark of draconic origin within 3 miles of you, though you do not know its exact direction. If you possess a fragment of another corpse or magic item, you know whether it is connected to the object in your possession.
Holy shit.
In a past life, you were a coward, fearful of death and flailing when she who is silent took your last breath. But you were well loved, and your life was taken short, so the Weaver was merciful. The librarian, scaleless kin to your mentor, made it so, and your book did not close. Actually, wait, hang on, there's a portion missing from this. Because apparently this is a not edited version. Hold on. Hold on, this isn't the... Apparently I grabbed the wrong version, because I have an edited version of this. Hold on. There's a slight modification to this. Because apparently the edit I made did not save.
Thank you, by the way.
No problem. It is very similar to this, but hang on, give me a second. Because there's a little bit more detail. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, apparently I'm just blind. So. The phoenix sowed your soul's ashes in another, and the librarian ensured your book would not close. You wished for courage and acceptance of death in another life, and it would be fate's decision to make it so. Your mark is scattered across your body now, tied with veins and scripts of emerald between the chamber of your heart and breath and the windows to your soul. Though you still are what you are now, you remember what you were before. Your revelation has marked you, and older, more studious worms may recognize it. And so...
Do we want to wait until next time to reveal Dasher's new art, or could we do it now?
Let's save the official art for when the rest of the party sees it.
Awesome.
However,
Wait. Oh yeah. No, I haven't shown everyone yet. Okay.
However, until then, the transformations that you wished have gone through, as well as the boons from both the Arcanum and the remnants of what you once were. And as you awaken, eyes opened and many scales shining now of another's sheen, I'm afraid we'll have to see the results of this next time on Legends of Nordareth, Striking Cold Iron. I'll get the slightly updated version of that text in Roll20 probably soon after this.
Cool.
But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed this little shorter kind of one-shot session-y thing. I hope you enjoy it, and I do apologize it took this long.
Hey, Nature, because of this, we now need to have a conversation.
I figured as much.
Yeah, because I do not have the rest of Dasher's backstory, considering he was a different person entirely.
In a past life, maybe. But nonetheless, that shall be for afterwards. But until then, chilling, right, brain words. Like I mentioned before at the beginning of the stream, I do stream on, normally the regular schedule is I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, all of which are running concurrently, within my own, brain words, my own, homebrew setting of Nordareth, of which I DM. Also on the weekends, typically, we end up doing various variety gaming streams, of which I try to play whatever the hell I want. Though this weekend, next weekend, next Saturday, fingers crossed, we'll be getting into Apoctober proper, and probably be starting off with a little bit of Persona 4 Golden, because we haven't played that in a little while. And we'll have to pick up where we last left off, which was just after the tutorial. Because that tutorial was very long, but still it was fun.
Have you gotten through the first palace entirely yet?
I think we're about to go to the first palace.
Cool. You have not finished the tutorial.
Have I not? Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Tutorial
we got to a point where,
I will say Persona games are notoriously long for giving you a tutorial up until, like, the second dungeon is over.
Really? Damn,
yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah, because we got to a point where we can, like, actually shop for stuff and, like, have a bit more of an open
Yeah,
area
no,
to do stuff in.
So, there are a fuck ton of features in Persona games to where they basically have to spread out the tutorial.
Okay,
yes, Persona is stupid long. It's why I am happy that we're dedicating a huge chunk of Apocalyptober to Persona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it won't be the only game I stream during the month, but nonetheless, that's going to be one of the big ones. Basically taking up the usual Genshin slot most times of the week. Because, oh boy, it's going to be interesting. But either way, I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/natureclaws, of which you can find the VODs and highlights, which go up periodically. We also have a Discord, with which you can find.
You should join the Discord.
Yes, if you can find that in the About section of Twitch channel below, where we talk about various D&D things and nerd shit and weird chaos things occur. It's interesting. It's a time. People like to talk about crackpot theories in there. But either way, the Ghost was mentioning, do not punch the mind tree. Yeah. Luckily, Dasher...
Why the fuck would I do that when it has been my goal this whole entire time to healing touch myself?
Long story short,
in new and unusual ways. Yes, this is a sex joke.
Yeah, I had a feeling people were gonna make jokes about that, but I'm like, don't, this isn't, we're not trying to do this. But yeah, what Ghost is referring to, because Ghost is the one playing Vetzel in Bloody Gold, he didn't realize what he found at first, and he tried to punch it, and he just gave himself a very serious fucking, like, a migraine in the back of his skull. So yeah, don't do that.
Nature, how many checks did I skip with that clever use of key?
It didn't skip anything, however, it definitely did provide some bonuses.
Cool.
and helped
Cool.
to weaken some of the blues. Which basically, yeah, you made enough successes that you know, got the boons and the fun stuff, and all the transformations went otherwise without a hitch.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Because he's not here, I have to advertise his Twitter.
Oh God. Yeah,
Hey, boys and girls.
Mono is on Twitter fighting K-pop stands. If you really want to get involved with that,
You want to look at cool memes of a monster that has no eyes but sunglasses fighting K-pop stands? You should go see Mono with E Mouth on Twitter.
The opinions of Monoma do not reflect the opinions of Nature Claws nor the channel at large, but should you decide to support such a venture, I'm not going to stop you. However, until then, I believe that
also support his attempts to have an actual date with Joel.
With what?
Porcelain Maid.
Oh, okay.
One of the first things he posted on his channel was him having a date with Porcelain Maid.
Oh, right, the VTuber. It took me a minute. I was like, what the fuck are
the
you talking about?
VTuber.
Oh, right. Oh my god, that's funny. But anyways, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day or evening or whatever time zone they're currently in. I hope everyone has a wonderful start to their week, as good as it can be. And let's see who we're gonna raid.
Following show all.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people online here, which is fine. That means we can go raid someone new, maybe.
There's a VTuber I follow by the name of Pouch Games who's currently playing Final Fantasy XIV. They're in the middle of Heavensward.
Is it Potato Couch Games?
No, it's just Pouch.
Oh, Pouch Games! Pardon.
This is the PSA to say that if you're watching this live stream right now, you are homosexual.
Hi, Venus! Thank you for popping in and rating the voice chat like that.
I bless all of you with homosexual.
Unless of course you are asexual and don't want that.
Yeah, then you're valid. But if you're literally anything else for as long as the stream is still up, you are homosexual.
We're putting chemicals in the water to make the frogs gay.
And you're all frogs now.
And you're all frogs.
Do you understand that?
Oh my god, I need to create a hag villain that turns everyone into frogs so that the potion she made, which for some reason only works on frogs, turns frogs gay. So she can turn everyone gay. And so she probably works people into frogs.
Oh no.
Post that in the Hag's Den, please.
Oh,
yeah.
We need more hag material.
Why?
Her name can be Alexa
The
Jones.
hag cult has been dormant for so long. Let it stay there.
What the fuck are you talking about? I posted something in there like last week.
Shh. Don't worry about it.
So did B. She posted a response.
Don't worry about it. All right, what's our raid
Also,
message gonna be?
Strike and Cold Iron are officially the hags of the server.
Well, shush. Anyways, what's our raid message gonna be?
Yes, you're homosexual.
No. I hope you're. I want to do something with the Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward copy pasta. I hope your over 100 hours of gameplay is going well.
Oh yeah, sure. I was told that I was told to hope your 100 hours in the game goes well.
No, 100 hours of free gameplay goes well.
I hope your 100 hours of Fard. Hang on. Hours of free gameplay
It beats.
goes well. I was told. Yeah, okay, that works. Perfect.
Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial that goes all the way up into Evansward.
Eventually, I'll play it. Eventually, that's further down the line. We'll cover that
That's
after.
level 60.
We're covering.
That's over 100 hours of gameplay for free forever.
Fuck
Bye,
you.
guys.
Fuck all y'all. See you guys later.
Bye.